And what you can see is that there was a very good period of growth. I mean, relative to other economies, it wasn't very strong, but there was a clear growth in consumption all the way from 1995 until around 2013. Now, in that period, there was two sort of crisis eras. So we obviously had the IT dot-com bubble of the early 2000s, and then the bigger rupture with both the global financial crisis and then the earthquake, sort of 2008 and thereafter. So there were things that interrupted the process of the growth of consumption, but generally speaking, consumption was growing quite steadily. And then you look at what's happening since 2013, and there's basically no growth at all. And in fact, where we look at consumption today, consumption is now lower than it was back in 2013. And why do you get that big leap in 2013 that you can see on the chart? Well, that's because the government at that time raised the consumption tax. And this, relative to other economies, these consumption tax changes have a much bigger impact in Japan than they do elsewhere. But what happened in that process was people rushed to go and buy things before the sales tax was increased. Therefore, afterwards, there was a fallback in consumption. But really, since then, there was never any recovery.